Hello, good morning everyone. So these are the questions that I just want us to revise through together. Even as we start, I guess you've joined in, and I just want us to revise through these particular questions. And this is the first part that I will start with. The question is saying, the diagram below shows the speed time graph of a moving object. So this is a moving object. First question is telling us to say, find acceleration of the object when t is equal to 3. So this is a question that is given, and we want to find acceleration. We know and understand that the formula for acceleration is equal to final velocity minus initial over time. This is what we are given. And for us to answer this particular question, what we are supposed to do, we know that it is starting from here, ending up to there. This is how it is moving. Have you seen? So this is the movement. So this part, it was accelerating from here up to there. So what I just need to do, I just need to find the acceleration in the first 5 seconds. So I know that acceleration in the first 5 seconds is equal to, I just need to say 24 final velocity minus initial, where it was starting from 4, over what is the time interval there. It is as 5, which is equal to, here I'm going to have 20 over 5, which is just equal to 4 meter per second squared. So this is the answer. This is what I'm supposed to do. So this is how I'm supposed to work out this first part of the question. So whenever you are told to find the acceleration during that time interval, this is what you are supposed to do. We now move on to the next question. The next question is saying that given that, so this is the next question, given that the object, so it's saying that given that the object decelerates, so given that the object decelerates at 2 meter per second squared, find t. We are now told to find the value for t. Find what? Find t. Want to find the value for t? How then can we calculate the value for t? How can we find t? T is here. This is where we have t. We are given deceleration. Since we are given deceleration here, the formula we are going to use is the formula for acceleration, where I know that what things am I going to know, or what technique am I going to employ here. So what you need to know is that you know that acceleration is equal to final velocity minus initial over what? Over time. You know that. This is deceleration in this case. Deceleration is at what? We've been told that decelerates at 2 meter per second. So that is deceleration. I'm going to put a -2, which is equal to, what is the final velocity there? Final velocity, what is my final velocity? It was starting from here. This is deceleration. This is your initial. Then final velocity, it is there. So final velocity, it is 0. I will say 0 minus, what is the initial, the starting point? So starting from there. So what is the speed? 24. I say over, what is the time? I need to check here the time interval between t and the 10. So since I don't know t, but I know that I'm supposed to say the value that is here minus this one that is there. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to say t minus 10, because I don't know what t is. So I cannot put the time that is there. What we've come up with is an equation. So we've come up with an equation, and what we need to do is that I need to get this particular equation and solve it. So from here, what I need to do is that I'm going to have negative 2 will be multiplied with this one. I'm going to cross multiply over 1, then I cross multiply. So that will be multiplied by negative 10 like this, which is equal to 0 minus 24. That is negative what? Negative 24. That is what I'm going to come up with. I solve this particular equation. How then can I solve this equation? I just need to say negative 2 times 10. I mean negative 2 times t. That is negative 2t. Negative times negative, that is positive. 2 times 10, that is 20, which is equal to negative 24. From here, what I'm supposed to do now is to group the like terms together. I'm going to have negative what? Negative t, 2t is equal to negative 24. When this one goes this side, this is positive. When it crosses the equal sign, it becomes negative. So that is what I'm going to have. In this case, I will say negative 2t is equal to negative 4. I divide both sides by negative 2. I even divide there by negative 2. This and that will cancel out. I'm going to have t, which will be equal to, so if I divide there, I'm just going to have 22. So meaning that the value for t is what? 22. So these are the concepts. So meaning t there, I've found the value for t, which is what? 22. So I can put a 22 there. So these are certain things you are supposed to know. This is what you need to get and understand. So even as we get to prepare for our exams, these are things that we are supposed to know. You need to make sure that you know and understand how to go about these particular questions. So we are just summarizing through this, and I'm just revising with you people so that we may know how questions do come in an exam. If such questions are to come, we'll be familiar with them. So we've answered these two questions. Let us now go to the last question. The last question is saying that, so this is part C, saying that calculate. It's saying that calculate what? Calculate the average. You are now told to calculate the average speed. So you are told to calculate the average speed of the journey. So you are told to calculate the average speed of the journey of the object. So I'll say of the what? Of the object. Average speed of the object in the first 10 seconds. In the what? In the first, I'll say in the first 10 seconds. So in the first 10 seconds. In the first 10 seconds of the journey. This is what you are given. So you are told to now calculate average speed of the object in the first 10 seconds. In the first 10 seconds, what we are having is this. This is what we are having. Have you seen? This is the shape that we are having. This part here. This is what we are having in the first what? In the first 10 seconds. So in the first 10 seconds, this is the shape that we are having. We know and understand that that shape is a trapezium. So the formula we are going to use is the formula for a trapezium. The formula for a trapezium is this: A plus B, then H. So we put H there. That is the formula of a what? Trapezium. So I know that this one, this is the B. This one that is there, from there to there, this part that is here, this is A. Then this one that is here, this height, this is what? Height. So I just substitute these values in this particular formula. Why am I finding the distance? Because I understand that average speed is equal to what? Total distance. So is equal to total distance covered over time taken. Total distance covered over what? Time taken. These are the formulas that we get to use. We say, okay, this is equal to what? This is equal to. So what is the distance first? I find the distance. So for me to find the distance, I will do this. This is equal to half. What is A? That is 5 plus. What is B? 10. That is a 10. What is my height? Height, that is 24. So I put my 24 there. I say, okay, this one, I'm going to have 1 there. There I'm going to have 12. So I say this is equal to, there I'm going to have 15. 15 times what? 15 times 12. 15 times 12, I'm going to get 180. So you get what? 180 there when you multiply. So you know that you are not supposed to use a calculator there. 0 remainder 1, 2, so 3. This is 5, that is 1. So 0, 8, 1. We get 180 meters. You answer these particular questions without using any calculator. So you just need to understand this like this. You answer them without using any calculator. So this is the distance. I say 180. So I'm going to put my 180 there. So I put 180. I say 180 meters over. What is the time? First 10 seconds. So the time is 10. Finally, the answer that I'm going to get there will be what? Average speed will be equal to, if I divide, I'll get 18 meter per second. So this is the answer. This is how you are supposed to answer this particular question. So these are things you are going to find in your exams. These are questions that you are going to encounter. And you just need to make sure that you know how to go about these particular questions. You know how to answer them if questions like this are to come, which you even know that a question under this part will come in an exam. So you just need to know how to work them out. You just need to understand how to answer them. Let us now move to our next question. We move to another question, I guess. We are revising through. You are able to see how I'm answering these questions. So if you are able to answer these questions in an exam, then that is well and good. So we move to this one. This is another question. You are given something like this. This is what you are given. So it is like this. This is how it is, like this. You are given something like this. There are values there. We've got A. This part we've got B, like this. This is what we are given. You know that is the x-axis. You know that is the y-axis. And you are given an equation. This is y is equal to, open bracket, negative x plus 2. Then we've got x minus 5. That is what you are given. Before we answer this particular part, there is a question that is saying, given that you are told that root 2 is equal to 2 power x, then they are telling you to say, find the value of x. Find the value of x. Find the value of what? Find the value of x. So this is more like an equation. Before we go to this particular question, I want us to answer this. You are given this particular what? This particular question. How then can you answer this equation? How can you answer it? For you to answer this particular question, you just need to say, okay, what I'm going to do, or what I need to understand is that the way this question is, there's a square root here. This is x power 2. So I know that this can be represented like this. I can say root 2 is just the same as 2 to the power 1 over 2, which is equal to 2 to the power x. If we are having same powers, we are having same bases, the base is the same, we just equate the powers. So these are the same, we just equate the powers. X is equal to 1 over 2. So meaning that that is the what? That is the answer. X is equal to 1 over 2. Just like this. This is what you are supposed to do. So you just answer a question just like this. This is how you are supposed to answer it. Just like this. So these are simple questions that you need to know. These are simple questions that you have to understand. And if questions are to come in an exam, you just have to answer them. So we've answered that particular question. Let us now go to this. This is quadratic functions. And the question is saying that the diagram below shows the graph of y is equal to that. This is negative x plus 2x minus 5. The sketch cuts the x-axis at A and B. Then we are given the first part that is telling us to say find. So find the first part, they want us to find the coordinates. So find the coordinates of the points. We're told to find the coordinates of the points A and B. So you are told to find the coordinates of the point. Even this question, it is a must. You are going to find this question in an exam. Mathematics paper 1, you cannot write mathematics paper 1 without this particular question. It is a must. You have to find this question in an exam. So you just need to find these particular questions in an exam. So how then do we find the coordinates of the points A and B? How can we find the coordinates of the points? For us to find the coordinates of the points, what we are supposed to do is that I need to get this equation, because I understand that coordinates that are lying on the x-axis, as long as you're talking about points on the x-axis, y is equal to 0. So you just get that particular equation, that is negative x plus 2. So you say negative x plus 2 and x minus 5, you equate to what? You equate to 0. It is at this point now where you solve this equation. So for you to be able to answer questions in an exam under quadratic functions, you need to know how to solve a quadratic equation. But in this case, this is already simplified for us. What you just need to do, I just need to say negative x plus 2, I equate to what? 0. I also get that one, or I'll say x minus 5, I equate to what? I equate to 0. I find the value of x because I know that x there, the coordinate that is there, x I don't know, but y I know that it is 0. Even here, x I don't know, but y I know that is 0. I just need to find the values of x. So for me to be able to find those values of x, what I need to do, I get this part. So this is what? Negative x plus 2. Negative x will be equal to negative 2 when this one goes this other side. If I divide both sides by negative, you discover that therefore x will just be equal to what? 2. The value for x will just be 2. This one, x will be equal to what? 5. When 5 goes this other side, there is a 0 here. So it will be 0 plus 5. So I'm going to have x is equal to 2, x is equal to 5. This is to tell you that therefore now, the coordinates for A. The coordinates for A are what? A, I've got 2 and 5. Can I say 5 is there and 2 there? No. You know that 2 should be there and 5 is supposed to be there. So meaning that where there is x there is 2. So 2, 0, and I've got B, I know that x is 5. 5, 0. So meaning that these are the coordinates. This is what you are supposed to do. For you to find those coordinates or those values, this is what you are supposed to do. This is what you need to get and understand. I guess we are moving together. We are able to see how I'm answering or handling these particular questions. I'm preparing you for your exams, and we just need to make sure that we are able to answer questions that will come in this nature. Let us now go to another part. Let us go to part B. We move to part B. So part B is saying that we are told to find the maximum. You are told to find the maximum. So I'm told to find the maximum value. Maximum value of y. How then do we find the maximum? So want to find the maximum value of y. For you to be able to find the maximum value of y, you know that you get to use the formula 4ac minus b squared over 4a. This is a particular formula you need to know. So we get to use this formula to find maximum or minimum value. of y. We get to use this particular formula. So I'm going to expand there. I'm going to say y is equal to, I will say negative x times x, that is negative x squared. So what I'm doing is that I'm expanding. You need to expand. So negative x times negative 5, that is positive 5x. Then 2 times x, that is plus 2x. 2 times negative 5, that is negative 10. I say y is equal to negative x squared. Then this is plus 7x minus 10. This is what I'm going to have at this point. So this is the simplification of that. When I expand, I'm going to get that. So I know a is equal to negative 1. What is b? B is 7. What is c? C is negative what? Negative 10. Those are the values. Then it is very easy for me to substitute in this formula and find the maximum value for y, maximum value of y. I say y is equal to 4. What is my a? Negative 1. What is my c? Negative 10. Minus b, that is 7 squared. I say over 4 times a, which is what? Negative 1. This is what I am doing. So this is the same as y is equal to 4 times negative 1, that is negative 4. Times 10, negative 10, you are going to get negative what? Negative 40. So I'm going to get negative 40 minus, here, what is the answer minus? That is 49. I say over, there I'm going to get negative 4, so there will be a negative 4 there. This is what I need to do. So meaning that here, this is y is equal to, I'm going to have negative 89 over negative 4. This is what I'm going to have. So this is just the same as 8 what? So here when I put some answers here, this is what I'm going to have. So I say 4 times, this is positive. So this one's supposed to be positive. This part, this is a positive. So it is supposed to be 40 minus 49. So I'm going to get negative what? Negative 9 over negative 4. If I divide here, what I'm going to get is just 9 over what? 9 over 4. So this is the answer. So that is the what? That is the maximum value of y. This is what you are supposed to do. This is the maximum value of what? Y. In certain questions, you will also be taught to find the coordinates of the turning points. You discover that they are going to tell you to say, find the coordinates of the what? Coordinates of the turning points. So they will tell you to find coordinates of the turning points. So this one, we've found the answer. So coordinates of the what? Turning point. You are going to have such question in an exam. Aside finding the maximum or minimum value, they will tell you to say, find the coordinates of the turning point. How then do you find the coordinates of the turning point? We already have the value for y. X, the formula, we go to the formulas. So you just need to understand the formulas. X, for you to be able to find the value of x, you say negative b over 2a, which is equal to negative b is what? Negative b is 7 over 2 times negative 1. So this is x is equal to negative will be cancelled. You are just going to remain with 7 over what? 7 over 2. So this is the value for x. That is the value for y. On the turning point, so whenever we are talking about the turning point, this is the turning point is equal to x, that is 7 over 2, y, that is 9 over 4. I do this. So this is the answer. This value for y is called the maximum or minimum value of the function, or the value for y. This is the reason why I had to use this particular formula. So on the turning point, this one, the value for y, this one, it can be used as what? Maximum. We can use it as maximum or minimum depending on the graph. So we can say maximum or minimum depending on the nature of the graph. This one that is there, you say x, this one x is equal to 7 over 2. This one that is there. This one is what we call the equation of the axis of symmetry. So the equation of the axis of symmetry, this is the one that is there. So these are certain things you are supposed to know. These are certain things you need to understand. So if questions are to come in an exam, of which it is a must, you need to find a question in an exam under this part. This is what you are supposed to do. These are certain things you need to get and understand. So I guess we are revising through together. You are able to answer questions that can come in an exam under this particular part. This is an important part that you have to know and understand. Let us now move to the other question. I guess you people are getting something. You are able to understand everything that I am teaching you. So I just want you to understand these parts. Let us now go to the last question in this session that we are going to look at. It is called linear programming. So linear programming paper 1. So it is a linear programming paper 1. It is like this. This is how it is. So linear programming paper 1. It is like this. No, that is x. This is y. So we've got something that is like this. So I just want you to understand what I am doing here. If this is what it is, then we've got a point there saying point is coming like that. So, and we've got another point coming out like this. This is what we have. The point that is there, that is 8,4. So we've got 8,4. That is a point. Here we've got a point. This is 2 here. There we've got, this is, we are told that is 0,8. That is 0,8 like that. Then this part is shaded. They have shaded this part. This is the part that is shaded. Even that part is shaded like that. Even this one is shaded like this. Then we've got the R there. So R is there. This is how it is. Then the question, I guess you are able to see, this is 8,4. Don't be confused. That is 8, what? 8,4. That is 8,4. This is 0,8 here. 0,8. This is what we are given. The question is saying write 3 inequalities that define the unshaded region R on the diagram below. So this is a diagram that we are given, and we want to come up with the 3 inequalities that are going to describe this region R that is there. So what 3 inequalities would describe that? What you need to do, you need to name these inequalities. I will say this is inequality 1. So this is what I'm going to do. This is inequality 1. This one that is coming like this, I will say this is inequality 2. This one that is like this, penetrating through that, that is inequality 3. I need to name these inequalities. Meaning that once I find these 3 inequalities, then I'm done. So this is what I'm supposed to do. How then do we find these inequalities? I say, okay, the inequality, this inequality that is here, this is simple. Because this is just straight and it is cutting the x-axis at 2. So the first one, that one is very simple. So that is as x is equal to what? 2. Since it is dotted, when it is dotted, I'm supposed to use greater than or less than. We use this when it is what? Dotted. But when it is solid, we use greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. These are the 2 inequalities. So you just need to understand that if it is dotted or broken, we use these inequalities. When it is a solid line, we are going to use those 2. So this is, they have shaded this part. Here we've got 0. This is why we've got -1. So numbers are reducing. So they have shaded the lesser part. You need to get the greater part. So I just say x is greater than 2. I'm done. So I'm done with the first inequality. I move to the other inequality, which is inequality 2. This is my inequality 2. How then can I find inequality 2? For me to find this one that is making a slope, I need to get two coordinates that are within the same line. So this coordinate and that coordinate that is there, these two are visible. So I get them. This is what? This is 2, 0, and I've got that one which is 8, what? 8, 4. These are the two inequalities that are given. I need to find the gradient. So the first thing is to find the gradient. You know that the formula for gradient is what? Gradient is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. This is the particular formula we get to use. We know that this is x1, y1, x2, y2. We know that. We just substitute. What is y2? y2 is 4 minus 0 over x2, that is 8 minus 1, which is 2. This is equal to 4 over what? So I'm going x2, y2, that one. Then I've got, so this is what I'm going to have. This is over what? 6. I can reduce this. 2 there, it is 2. 2 there, it is 3. So 3 over 2 is a what? Is a gradient. Once you find the gradient, what you are supposed to do is you write the general equation of all straight lines. So how is the general equation of all straight lines? You just go with this one. Y minus y1 is equal to m open bracket x minus x1. So this is a particular formula you are going to use. Some people get to use y is equal to mx plus c. It is just one and the same. You don't have to be confused. So this is, I substitute y minus, what is y1? y1 is 0, which is equal to gradient, that is 2 over 3. I do this, x minus, what is my x1? What is x1? x1, that is 2 there. I do this. This is equal to y is equal to, I'm going to get as y minus 0 is y. 2 over 3 times x, it is 2 over 3x. Then 2 times 2, that is 4 over what? Over 3. This is what I'm going to get. So the inequality I was talking about, it was this one. This was the inequality. They had to shade the greater part. So they had to shade the greater part. So me, I'm going to get the lesser. The one that is not shaded, the lesser. So I say it is, therefore, the equation is what? So say, therefore, y is less than or equal to 2 over 3x minus 4 over 3. This is what I'm supposed to do. So these are the answers. This is what you need to get. So this is inequality 2. I go to the last inequality. So as long as you are able to see what I am doing, the first thing you have to do, the first thing you need to do, you get the two coordinates. So in this case, we go to this one. So I was dealing with this. We go to this one now. You get two coordinates that are within this line. So we've got this one that is there and that one. We are given that one is what? This is what we are already given. So these are simple things which I know you can work them out. So you are going to finish this particular question. I want you to finish this. We are given this is 0, what? 8. And this is what? This is 8, 4. So I want you to finish this particular question. What you need to do, find the gradient. Once you find the gradient, you write the equation of the straight line. So I want us to work together. You then equation y minus y1 is equal to m open bracket x minus x1. You substitute in this. Then find that your answer will be y like this. Since they have shaded the, so we were answering this one. So sorry about this. There's just a mistake here. I think when getting the inequalities, I had to make a mistake. We were getting this one. This is the one that I was solving for. So they had to shade the what? The lesser part. So I need to get the greater. So I say y greater than or equal to. So I need to have greater than or equal to, because this is the line that I was getting. I was getting this line. So this line, they have shaded the lesser part. It is this one, 2,0, 8,4. It is this one. So they have shaded the lesser part. I need to get the greater part. When I go to this one, when I go to that one, they have shaded the greater part. So I'll get the lesser part. Have you seen? Here, I've shaded the greater part, so I need to get the lesser part. So the final answer will have y less than or equal to. So we'll have y less than or equal to. So you finish that. Let me just see if you've understood what I've explained. These are questions you are going to meet, and it's a must. You get to find this particular question in an exam. So for those of you that maybe you are in grade 11, next year grade 12, and you want to join me, this is my WhatsApp number. I get to teach math, science, and biology. You can WhatsApp me on this number. I'll be able to add you to the group. You just need to pay our tuition fees, affordable tuition fees. So this is my WhatsApp number. You can WhatsApp me on this number. I will add you to the group. We revise through mathematics, chemistry, physics, biology together. So this is my number, 0971 06 6747. This is my number. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to share. So let me help you get a distinction. Make sure you WhatsApp me here on this WhatsApp number. I help you get a distinction. Thank you so much for connecting. Have a wonderful day.